5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change your leg. Stretch your ankle out. Exhale. Inhale. Back. 1. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, again stand on your toes. And this time hold for 10 countings. Release. Now raise your one hand up and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release. Move your leg front and back 20 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't bend your knee. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Change your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release. Keep your legs apart. Hold your elbows. Raise your arms up and down. 1, 10 times. 2, 3. Good morning to all of you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your legs together and now move your legs to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release. Now touch your opposite ear, right and then left, and do this fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release. Now start jogging for 3 minutes. One minute over. Two minutes over. Stop. Keep your legs apart and bring your both arms sideways. Turn your palms down. Inhale, turn up, exhale down. 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release. Legs together. Rotate your neck 3 times. Inhale in forward movement. Exhale in backward movement. 1, 2, 3. In reverse direction. 1, 2, 3. Keep your palms on your waist now. Bend your right leg. Keep your knee up and then rotate your knee 10 times in both directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exchange your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Release. Rotate your ball and socket joint 10 times in both direction. Inhale, elbows up, exhale down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In reverse direction, back to front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your palm on your waist. Bend at 30 degree. Do 30 times fast breathing. Inhale, stand straight and do 10 times Tadasana. Raise your arms up, keep your fingers interlocked and then stand onto your toes. Exhale, heel down and keep your palms on your head. 1, inhale up, exhale down. 2, inhale, exhale down. 3, inhale up, exhale. 4, inhale, exhale. 5, inhale, exhale. 6, inhale, exhale. 7, inhale, exhale. 8, inhale, exhale. 9, inhale, exhale. 10. Release. Lower down your arms. Again place your palms on your waist and repeat fast breathing at 30 degree. Inhale, stand straight and do Konasana 10 times. Raise your arm up. Exhale, bend to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. 10 times. Inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. 1. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, exhale, bend, inhale, center, exhale, down, inhale, up, exhale, bend, inhale, center, exhale, down. 3, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, down, inhale, up, exhale, bend, inhale, center, exhale, down. 3, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale 5, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale 6, inhale, exhale, don't bend your elbow, inhale, exhale down, inhale up, exhale bend, inhale center, exhale down 7, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale down, inhale, exhale bend, inhale center, exhale down 8, inhale, exhale bend, inhale center, exhale down, inhale, exhale bend, inhale center, exhale down 9, inhale, exhale bend, inhale center, exhale down, inhale, exhale bend, inhale center, exhale 10. Repeat fast breathing at 30° again. Tree pose, bend your left leg. Keep your sole at the inner part of your thigh. Make prayer pose. Hold it for 20 countings. Release. Extend your legs. Release. Repeat now. Fast breathing at 60° angle. One round of Surya Namaskar, prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Next half, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Repeat fast breathing again at 60°. Inhale also. Make the sound of inhalation as well. Second round of Surya Namaskar, prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Next half, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Last time, fast breathing at 60-degree angle. Keep your palms on your wrist. Third round of Surya Namaskar, prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose. Plank pose is not happening correct. Lower down your buttocks. Yes. Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Keep your legs apart and do Kati Chakrasana. Turn to the right and left 20 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Legs together. Now fast breathing at 90 degree. Place your palms on your waist. Bend at 90 degree and start. Bend little more, Harshu. Fourth round of Surya Namaskar, prayer pose. You lie down on your back and do a spinal twist. Equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Again repeat fast breathing at 90 degree. Palms on your waist, bend. Make sound from your nose, it's coming through your throat. Don't be in a hurry to do this. Fifth round of Surya Namaskar, prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Last, fast breathing at 90 degree. Do it correctly, Harshu. Have more gap. Either have more gap or keep your feet together. Yes. Sixth round of Surya Namaskar. Prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtanga Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Keep your legs apart. Rotate your hip 5 times in both directions. Inhale forward movement, exhale backward movement. 2, 3, 4, 5. In reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs together. Harshu, stand up please. And now we'll do Natarajasana 10 times with each leg. Raise your and then down. Inhale and hold. Exhale down. 1. Bend it. Hold. You can hold wall. You can keep your one palm here on the wall and then do it. Raise it high. Yes. Have gap between your feet and lower leg and thigh. Here you should have gap. Then you will able to raise it up. 10 times with each leg. 3, 4, 'This knee should be perfectly straight. 4, 5, 6. Harshu, still you are doing like this. How you will raise it up if there is no gap? 6. Front knee straight. 7. 8. 9. 10. Without flexibility and stability, we cannot improve in yoga. So try to improve this one also. 7 round of Surya Namaskar. You can start spinal twist, prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, plank correct sir, look in front, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Legs apart. Again rotate your hip 3 times in both directions. 1, 2, 3. In reverse direction. 1, 2, 3. 8 rounds of Surya Namaskar. Prayer pose. Raised hands pose. Hands to feet pose. Equestrian pose. Plank pose. Ashtang Naman. Cobra pose. Mountain pose. Equestrian pose. Hands to feet pose. Raised hands pose. Prayer pose. Raised hands pose. Hands to feet pose. Equestrian pose. Plank pose. Ashtang Naman. Cobra pose. Mountain pose. Equestrian pose. Hands to feet pose. Raised hands pose. Prayer pose. Legs apart. And do Konashan 5 times. Raise your arm up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. 1. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, 3. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. 3. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. 5. Harshu, you also again get up. Do one more round of Surya Namaskar. 9th round of Surya Namaskar. 2 more we will do. Now he will be doing 10 rounds and you try to reach 5. Prayer pose. Raised hands pose. Hands to feet pose. equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. 10th round, raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Raised hands pose, hands to feet pose, equestrian pose, plank pose, Ashtang Naman, cobra pose, mountain pose, equestrian pose, hands to feet pose, raised hands pose, prayer pose. Legs apart, rotate your hip again, three times. 1, 2, go slowly, be slow. 3, in reverse direction. 1, 2, 3. Sit on the floor and then lie down on your back. Relax in Savasana for a minute. Lie down on your back and relax in Shavasana. Assume yourself like a dead body and do not move your any body part. Good morning to all of you. Whenever you relax in Shavasana, turn your palms up and keep your arms little away from your body. Keep assuming you are a dead person. Once your assumption is high, you will feel heaviness in your body. And that is the indication that you are doing it correctly. When you feel the prompt touch with the floor. Now shake your legs, shake your arms, move your head left to right and right to left, and then turn to the left side and sit in cross leg pose. Sit either cross leg or Vajrasana. Now we will do Pranayama. Before doing Pranayama, we will do Kapalbhati Kriya. So do Kapalbhati, 200 strokes in a stretch. 200 only. For me it was 180. Now do 10 times of Brahmi Pranayama. After Brahmi we'll do Ujjayi Pranayama. Close your ears, close your eyes, inhale and then make honeybee sound with exhalation. Now blink your eyes for 20 countings, lower down your arms. Wide open your eyes. Now inhale through your nose but contract this part where thyroid gland is situated. Inhale. Make lock, lower down your neck. If you have cervical, don't bend, just keep your head in the center. Hold your breath for longer time and then come to the center. If TSH is high, you have to exhale with left nostril. If TSH is low, you have to exhale with right nostril. Exhale with left, yes. Repeat this 10 times. Repeat. Try to contract Harsho. Fourth repetition. Fifth time. Six. Seventh time. You exhale with your both nostrils together. You don't have thyroid issue. It is for thyroid problem. If TSH is high, we should exhale with, because when your TSH is high, your metabolic rate is low. In that case, we do Surya Bhedi Pranayama. In Surya Bhedi, you have to inhale and exhale with left. So they should exhale with left. try to contract it. For that, if you need to make sound, you can make. If you can make very feeble sound without contracting, there is no sense. So try to see, look at me. I can make contraction without making sound. If it is not happening like this, you should do make sound and contract it. 2 more we will do. Two more. Yes. After this, do Anulom Vilom Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. Pranam Mudra with right hand, Chin Mudra with left hand. Inhale with right nostril, count 5. Exhale with left nostril, count 10. Then inhale with left nostril, count 5. Exhale with right nostril, count 10. After 1 week, we will increase the counting. Inhale for 10, exhale for 20. Keep your back straight. You can keep your legs apart. See. Yes. Then you will be able to keep your back straight. When you will do Neti? No, we can do only on weekend. It's too early to do that, na? For you. So on weekend we can do it little late, like 6:30 or 7. Till 9 you will not eat anything. No, you don't. You have to do empty stomach. So if you cannot eat, then it's fine. You can do. Join your hands together now and say prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashchit dukh bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.
So morning till what time you have classes?
Till 11. No, on weekend I don't